Well, it's been a minute since we sat down and chatted about anything yarn related, and it is about time, isn't it? So I have got a whole bunch of stuff that's been going on, and I would love to tell you about it. I've got a couple videos I have started out on the channel, and they are about planning a vendor market and also being a vendor. So a couple weeks back, I'm going to take these off, I went to spy on another market. So that sounds more intriguing than it really was. So I went with a friend, and we just checked out another market that was in a larger town, just saw how things were run, checked out the layout, all sorts of good stuff. Here's a few of our thoughts from right after it happened. Okay, so Haley, thank you for spending the day with me today. We went on an adventure down to Ames and checked out a competitor's vendor market, I guess you'd say. Not really a competitor because they were experienced at it and we have no experience.
Right, but we learned a lot.
We did learn a lot. We definitely took a lot of notes about layout.
What not to do.
Yes.
And how to be prepared.
Yes, how to keep the flow going. And I think my biggest takeaway was that I felt as though at this place they did not utilize their space maybe the best. And
right.
Yeah, just that
it's a little crowded.
Yeah,
walking down the aisles, so we need a little more. We need to provide more space for that, for people to walk around. Maybe if they bump into someone they know to visit, it won't be crowded for other people to get by. So
yeah, because there were some places you really couldn't even. I mean, when we were in that middle section, I mean, I felt like I was sucking it in, so I didn't knock anything over, and so people could get past. So there was some cool stuff there. There was some strange stuff there. Some stuff we didn't even understand really what was going on.
We had no idea.
No, like 190. I don't know.
I think you need to focus for your
booth,
yeah,
like pet products and 190 and some scarves.
Yeah, all in one booth. We didn't really know how that was.
We didn't
out for them.
Yeah, that's not what's going to be in my booth.
No.
That was really helpful in looking at like how people were putting together their booths, the layout. It was super helpful. So let's get into some of the little bits of projects that I have been working on for my market. So I have been doing some beading just because I think this is fun, and this is memory wire, and these are some faux turquoise, not real turquoise, beads that I had gotten. And what I would like to do is use my crochet thread and actually make like some little like leaves or feathers or some sort of little crochet charm to hang on there, out of the crochet thread that I've done like my earrings in. And I'll show you some of my other earrings here in just a minute as well. But yeah, I think it would be fun to have some like feathers or leaves or something and just put on there. But this has been kind of a nice, fun thing to do. It's very relaxing, and I can get done in a much quicker time than I can different crochet pieces. So yeah, I'm just going to start at the top of this basket and kind of work down and just tell you what is going on in here. So let's start with these granny squares. I discovered the Tree of Life granny square, and I love it so much. I think it is super cool. I have several of them here. This was actually some of the Ogo yarn. I had one from Yarnspirations several years ago, and this was a woodland one, and it's just super saber. But these were the colors that were in the Ogo, and I never knew quite what to do with it because there was just one of them. But I am going to take these and I am going to sew them onto some little canvas crossover bags. And the ones I have are way over there, and I've got like a whole nest of things to show you here, so I don't think I'm going to get up there. But I will, if I can like find it on Amazon or whatever, I will link that for you. But I thought these would be fun to attach to the bags. And I also got some little Tree of Life like well, they're like charms. Like you would put them on jewelry. You could put it on a keychain. So I will find some sort of cute way, maybe mix that with some beads and also put them on the bag. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. So that will end up being 8 bags, and I'm very happy with these. So let me kind of fast forward a second here too. And I don't have it up here because it was in my bag downstairs, but I made the Tree of Life circle right here, and I did make it a little bit bigger than this. You know, I added like an extra round in a couple places, but I got the Tree of Life, and then I am putting it on mandala vest. So I thought, you know, this would be kind of a fun, I mean, my booth is definitely like hippie boho vibes. And so I whipped this, the ends haven't been sewn in on anything. So just, yeah, be aware of that. But I did this mandala vest right here. And I like to do mine with more like a vest. And the one I had done like originally, it is a great jumping off point. I love that pattern. I'll link it below. It is from the channel Hectanuga 1. And it's very similar to this, but it's like more, there's more of this like ruffly stuff down in front. For me personally, the style kind of hangs off the whitest part of my body right here. And it's just not how I particularly want things to fall. So I like having something that just has more, I don't know what, it's not like a strap, but like just something much smaller on the front. So it just is in a little bit tighter and smaller. But this was, it's kind of weird here. I maybe should have planned that out a little bit better, but this is, the color is sepia, and it is a Karen yarn. It's a Karen Jumbo Ombre. That's what it is. Karen Jumbo Ombre in sepia. So I had one of these laying around. I am trying my hardest to use up yarns that I have here and not spend a lot on yarn, and then, you know, hopefully recoup some of my expenses. But anyway, yes, so I made one of these mandala vests, and I'm still working on it, but I put the Tree of Life in the center. So let me know if that's something you want to know a little bit more about. These are kind of fun and very whimsical. Next project, this one is super small, super easy. I don't know if you can see it here, but this is a boot wallet. So obviously I'm not going to like show you my credit card, but let me see here. What do I have? So here's a sugar and cream label. Say that is your driver's license. You can slide it right here, like your license, your debit card, and you know, if you had like a little bit of cash or whatever, you can put it right in here. And then you put this inside of your boot. You basically just make a loop and you put it through the strap on the top of the boot, and then put it over. And so this hangs inside of your cowgirl boot. And it's cotton, so it's not, hopefully shouldn't make your calf really hot. But I'm making a few of these for my vendor market as well. The rest of what I have in this bag, or in this basket, is all bandana cowls, and I do really like this project. I have made a couple for myself out of the Katia. I do still have intentions of getting that done and showing those to you, but it is just like a super cute little cowl, and it is cotton and it is breathable, and I like making them. It's fairly easy. I've kind of been able to do some that are maybe just like a tiny bit larger, a tiny bit smaller, and just to give just a little more variety to people. But I believe that I have 2 of these like salmon color, 2 turquoise, 2 of this kind of corally color, 2 in this aqua, or is it just, nope, I do have 2 in brown, and then I have 2 in this color right here. This was the sugar and cream. What's the color? I don't know. I think that was for the teal one. I think it was called like Terra or something like that. Anyway, I only do have 2 colors, this one and then the bright turquoise out of Sugar and Cream, because it is not as soft as these other ones. These are like Pima cotton. These are nicer. And then I think this is just like 100% cotton as well, but it's definitely softer than that. I have not figured out how I'm going to display these at my booth yet, other than wearing them. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. If you want to see what one of these looks like, get my scarf pulled out here. Maybe this isn't the color I should have gone with. I probably should have gone with the brown. There we go. Just a fun, like, summer cowl. You're not going to get too hot because it's cotton and it's such an open weave, but I do really like the idea. Like, I wear a lot of cardigans, and sometimes summer tops can come down a little bit lower than I want, especially when I'm at work sitting at a reception desk and people are walking up and they're taller. So I think this will be fun, and hopefully other people like them as well, because I've got, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of them. So let me get my granny squares. I will, of course, update you. Part of my thing was I just wanted to get like the bulk of the crocheting done, and then I feel like I can do the sewing on of stuff in shorter bits, and I don't know. To me, it felt like this was the harder part of the production, so it would be good for me to do that. Also, I was able to get out of a Cream and Sugar, or Lilies and Cream, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I was able to make 4 of these little boot wallets, and I do think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to display it like on a boot so that people can see what it is. And then I think I'm going to put like a cute little charm, because I have really been enjoying the beading. So I thought putting a cute little charm, I could put some little turquoise ones, or who knows what I've got in my stash. And I thought that would just be cute. It wouldn't really get in the way or anything, but it would just make it more fun. And as far as the mandala vest go, I have a teal one already. I've got this one. I had like a Pound of Love that is kind of like a muddy purple color that I love. And I think I'll be able to get 2 out of that Pound of Love, even though I had used part of it for another project. These don't take it takes a lot of yarn, but there's a lot of yarn in a pound. So I was going to do that. And then I have like a mustard color, and I had a cream color, and I thought those would be good ones in Pound of Love to make a few more of these. Obviously, these are going to be a little bit higher price tag on them, even though they are acrylic. I also went through my WIP pile and checked out anything out of there that I thought fit the vibe of this and would work. So here's one that I don't think I'm going to end up adding, or if I do, I am going to have it like as if I'm running, wishful thinking, if I'm running out of product and need more to stick out. But I did make a little cropped poncho. Let me get it in the right direction here. I don't know, it just seemed kind of fun. This was like a chunky 6-weight yarn, and it's real loose, and like this comes on me like just like to my belly button where the center point is right there. So I don't know if I will end up, I'll probably take it along unless I have so much other product. But it's just not quite what the color scheme of everything else is. And to me, it just has a little more of a wintry feeling to it. So we will see on that one. This, I believe I need to, I think I just need to sew the ends in on this scarf right here. This was some of that Amazon yarn that I had gotten, my mother-in-law had gotten me at Christmas time. I will link that video for you if you want to see it. And this has a lot more of those muted colors in it again. And I did the same like open weave as those bandana cowls. This is 100% cotton. I think there was 2 skeins of this yarn that were in the pack she gave me. So this will be nice. I think I'll have this again, good like summertime scarf. The market we're planning is the middle of April, so I think people will be thinking a little more ahead for that. So here is another one I need to put the ends on, and this one I will not be selling. This is a keeper for me. So this was from either Linda Hobby. Yes, it was Linda Hobby is where this came from. And I absolutely love, love, love this. I don't know if I have shown you this before or not, so my apologies if I have. But this is one I'm kind of going to be like, I think I might even wear at the market just to kind of be eye-catching and bright. And I will probably, oops, I am throwing crochet hooks. I think I'm going to take like 2 others that are very similar to this that I have done recently. And also, I don't know if they will sell. I don't know if people in my area love shawls as much as I do, but I feel like with, at least with the gradient and all that, it should be eye-catching and help bring people into my booth. This is really piling up here. I have done some crocheting. I have kind of gotten into some of these, whoa, those are earring parts. Some of these crochet threads right there. See what I can show you here. So I made these cute hearts right here, and I need to starch these. These are kind of big, like they would be big earrings, but I had thought also I could put them on. I found some like very large safety pins. Like they're a safety pin, but they're not a safety pin. Like it's, I don't know how to describe that, but I thought those would be cute on that. Like if you wanted to put them on a shawl or something like that. So I've done the teal, I have done the rust, brown, and then I also did several of these in that like pinkish mauve-y color right there. And that's probably the one you can see the best. So yeah, like cute, I think. And then I also did small hearts. So I think the pink showed up the best. So like you can see right here, here is a little pink earring, and that'll be a little pink earring, and those are super cute as well. And again, I've got all of the colors here. And again, I thought it would be better to like assembly line make these up and then have a day where I then starch them, and then had a different day where I went ahead and put the earring parts on them. So like I have to wear clip earrings, so this is what mine would look like, but most people obviously would be regular pierced earrings. But I made several of these in different colors as well, where it is like hoops. I did some that were solid, and it's just fun. You know, I do have to use the super tiny stainless steel crochet hooks, but it's honestly not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It really isn't, surprisingly. I also contacted my niece to ask if she would help out at my booth, so I'm excited about that. It sounds like she is gonna help me that day so we can hang out and have fun. And since I've never done a vendor booth, I feel like I might get overwhelmed, and I think it'll be good for me to have her there. I've gotten a couple display pieces. I found some pegboard things on Marketplace. They were kind of handmade. My husband thinks he can make some better, and I'm like, that is great. If I do more markets, then I will just sell these to someone else, and, you know, he can make me a little bit different ones. But our market is coming along. I think I have now 28 vendors lined up, so that, counting like myself and another person, and then I also have a taco truck and a coffee truck, so that is exciting. Everyone has been very receptive so far, and I don't feel like I have gotten much pushback about not having like direct sales companies in there. People seem pretty receptive to it being handmade, homegrown, vintage, that type of stuff. So that's a good sign. I will, beginning in March, start doing a lot more advertising for shoppers. So far up to this point, I've really only done things for attracting vendors. And so we'll start the shopper experience and kind of work on advertising, and I will let you know what I learn about that. But as far as like the vendors, I will do a separate video because I know it's like a very specific niche thing that not everyone wants to see. But I found, like, if you go through Google Forms, it is a great way to do your registration. It puts everything into a spreadsheet for you. So it is super handy, and I think that is working out great. It's been good for my communication and emailing back to the vendors and that type of stuff. I do have a $50 gift card to the Wool Warehouse that I got from my daughter at Christmas time, and I'm thinking about go ahead and using that. I kind of punched in some different stuff, and it looked like, you know, I was going to end up having about a $20 tariff fee with the $50 to $60 of yarn that I wanted. But that is still okay. But I think I might go ahead and order some of that. I really love their Yarnsmiths collection, or it's like their house brand. And there were some really neat cottons, and I think that would be good. So I am going to plan on that. I did agree to do another vendor market in, I think it's August. And then, you know, we'll see. I'll probably try to do one in the fall. But so far things have been going good. But I definitely feel as though I am spreading myself kind of thin. And some things are not getting the attention they need to. So I'm going to have to work on delegating my time a little bit better and seeing what I can get done more effectively so that I am not ignoring you, because I don't want to do that. I missed you. So I will hang up for the night, and I hope you are having a good night. I hope you are having a good week. I do have to, I already apologized to Sid, but I am sorry I did miss our live this morning. So I have been so tired, and not that you want to know this, it's not a big deal, but if you are like me and you are somewhere around 50-ish, and if you don't know, I did have a hysterectomy about 5 months ago, and I did start some HRT. And my doctor did up my prescription on that. I haven't started taking it yet because I had some of the others that I wanted to use up. It's like a patch that goes on. So I wanted to use those up before upgrading, but I have just been exhausted. It just seems like I go with, you know, work and everything else during the week. And then Friday to Saturday hits, and your girl is sleeping like 10, 11 hours. So I don't know. It's crazy. My husband would be like, hey, it's 10 o'clock. Are you alive? So yeah, there's that. But I am feeling good. I am still glad I went with the surgery. I am glad that I have done the HRT, and I am hoping maybe this stronger patch will maybe help keep me awake just a little bit more and that type of stuff. So that is where we are at. Thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate it. You don't know how much you mean to me. I will talk yarn again with you soon. Bye.